Before filming it, Lisa and I had a break from it for a little bit, and then when we came back to filming it, it was almost like going through the process again. It was relearning stuff from a film that we'd done a while ago. So it was like going through the process again, but in a short period of time. All the while we were learning it in the studio, trying to gain the strength that we'd built over the time, over the 3 weeks that we'd created it.
I loved it. Totally different to the theatre, obviously. Loving the big presses, the big reaches up. I'm like, oh.
You feel at one with nature, don't you?
I'm not even kidding. Actually, to be honest, it's more like I imagine the character anyway, so it's easier for me. Probably not for Aaron because he's got a lot to think about on the ground, but for me, for my character, it's a lot easier being outside than in the theatre because I imagine that's what should be anyway. Yeah.
It's definitely had a positive in terms of the emotion or the atmosphere that you create around it.
How do you make sure
a lot
you're
of stretching,
safe?
a lot of running around on the spot, sunshine. To be honest, yesterday was really sunny, but I was still freezing all day. It's not glamorous. Filming is definitely not glamorous. Because in a nice warm theatre, you've warmed up, you're nice and warm, you've got the lights on you, it's really warm. We were literally outdoors in the middle of nowhere.
You'd warm up and then you'd spend time with the camera trying to figure out where the best spot was in that location, then where the camera had to be, then we would have to focus, then we would have to run it to know where the camera would run on the tracks at what point.
I think it needs just do it very quickly. Just like don't think about travelling, just.
Cool.
Yeah. It was very stop-start.
It was so stop-start that then when you came to actually do it for the take, your body was not warm because you'd gone through the hour and a half or the 2 hours to prep for the shot, and then the shot would be a few movements, and then we'd change location, and then you'd have to go through that hour and a half, 2 hour process again.
It's pure glamour.
In order to ensure that the film was going to be as good as it could be and the dance would look as good as it could, it was really important that I would feed back to the dancers and also ensure that each shot that we got was good enough and that the dance looked really, really good in each shot. So what we'd do was, while the director of photography was filming, me and the director would be watching on a separate screen in order to make sure that the shot captured everything we needed it to, making sure that the dancers didn't go out of frame, or we lost a leg out of the top, for example, making sure that Lisa and Aaron's movement was really clear and as it should be, and trying to, if there was any problems, then we'd do the take again.
Once you're planted, you can't move. So if you're planted in the right place, then it's perfect because that makes you even more stable.
Yeah.
If you need to adjust, like you know how sometimes it's not quite, and you just need to adjust a little bit so that it works, you just can't adjust.
So for each section we would film it a few times, and some sections we actually filmed in a few different locations so that we had options later on. The feedback then was really between me, the director, and the director of photography, and also Lisa and Aaron feeding in how they felt it was too. If they felt they could do it better, then we'd try and do it again as well, obviously within the very tight time frame that we had.
I'll try to do that again.
No, it's fine because you can do this.
This process I think was really important, that we all five of us in a sense felt that that shot that we just got was the best it could be, that the director of photography felt like he had got the best shot he could have got, that I was happy with the choreography, that Lisa and Aaron were happy with their performance, that the director was happy with all the elements really as well. So we'd constantly be checking in to make sure that the finished product would be as good as it could be. When we were filming it, obviously we didn't do it the whole way through, but they had to keep repeating sections again and again and again, which on stage they wouldn't have to do. So it was a very different type of stamina needed in order to film it as opposed to perform it on stage.
We had to be aware of the fact that we weren't any longer going to be on a
Flat,
beautiful,
stable
flat,
surface.
stable surface.
Yeah.
So then transferring it to location meant we were either on sloping hills, we were in forest land,
Quarry, which was
with
just grit, and it was quite slippery.
yeah.
So yeah, the conditions were completely different to how we were used to performing it, and it's very, very challenging. It's easier to keep warm in a theatre, so the conditions are harder. Yeah, physically it's harder, a lot harder, and you've got a lot more to deal with. Aaron more than myself, but I feel his weight kind of uneven, so a lot of the things are quite risky. So for me to just trust that Aaron's secure, it's risky. When you've got a flat floor, you can really think about the character, but obviously when you've got other obstacles in the way, you've got to think about that as well as the character. So we're just hoping that we've done enough to kind of,
It's also when you're on a flat floor, you can take more risks.
Yeah.
So you go a little bit further and you push things a little bit more.
yeah.
Whereas when you are on rough ground,
Yeah.
there's an
It's real.
actual risk. You can't necessarily go so deep into something because that you're not sure where the floor is underneath you. Whereas when you're on a flat surface and on a trusted floor that you're familiar with all of the time, you tend to go that little bit further and you push your body a little bit more, and we push our understanding a little bit
But
more.
having said that, you do get a realness to it. Like watching them yesterday, because they are like, because each time they do it, it's like the first time they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives it this realness, which is really exciting.